Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Booger Cat is sleeping behind me underneath the blanket. That's why the blankets look weird. She's just taking cover under there and just having herself a little sleep. So I noticed that one of my favorite tarot readers on YouTube, Neo Tarot, posted a new reading on Foodie Beauty. And this has to do with her health. And I would like to say, hi, Neo. How are you, girl? Hope you're doing well, and hope all is well with you. I did watch your reading, Neo. It's really, really interesting about Foodie's health. There's a lot of information there. And for those people who want to check out Neo Tarot, because you happen to like this react, I encourage you to do so. I highly recommend her. Look down below this video in the video description for the link for her original video, and you can check out her and all of her content. She does readings on Foodie, Salah, Natter, different actors and actresses, singers, even places. Really great mix of interesting content. So without further ado, let's get into Neo's video. Let me just go ahead and pull her up, and we'll get started, y'all. Okay, here we go. Oh, I got to start it back in the beginning. Sorry. Okay, let's go.
Hey, y'all. Hey, let's get into this intuitive reading, this intuitive message, this tarot card reading, tarot card message for Foodie Beauty. Someone said, I need an update. Let's get into it. I got a lot. So this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay. All right. So, hey, Rose.
Hey, girl.
Rose, I feel like you are an earth sign or you have a lot of earth in your chart. But don't mess with earth signs, first of all. And don't mess with Rose. Yeah. Okay. So, because I feel like somebody's going to try you. So be on the lookout. Somebody's going to try you. All right. So
to answer your question, Neo, am I an earth sign? Yes, I'm actually a Capricorn. My birthday is January the 2nd. So I am an earth sign, Capricorn. And you're right. Messing with an earth sign is a bad idea because we have that quiet kind of anger. You know, it builds up. Capricorns tend to be quiet and reserved. We are the type that if you get on our nerves, just because we don't say anything to you at that moment, it doesn't mean we don't have anything to say. It does not mean that we're not observing you and watching you and listening to you and taking mental notes. All of that is still going on. We're still analyzing because a Capricorn, we don't believe in slaps. We believe in knockout punches. So if you mess around with a Capricorn too much, just because you think, oh, they're quiet and quiet equals weak. No, we're not weak. We're just taking you apart and figuring you out to know how to hurt you the most. And if you press that red button, we're going to come at you with both barrels blazing, and we're not going to stop until there are no more bullets. You feel me? So yeah, it's like that. Like this, we don't believe in just popping off at the mouth in haste. We wait, we bide our time. And if you dare to push that red button, you push it too much, we will surprise you. We'll go full nuclear on you. So yes, I am a Capricorn, and I'm like that. I'm quiet, and people see me as quiet, and they're like, well, she can't possibly be hot tempered. Oh, yes, I can. I just prefer not to be. I don't like it in that way. I don't like showing that ugly side, but if you push it too hard, you might see it. So forget about me for a minute, though. Let's get on with the reading.
Anyway, Spirit is acknowledging when it comes to Foodie Beauty, this is really about her adding a layer to the cake. Side note, Spirit said, okay.
Okay, hold on a minute. We got to go back. We just got to go back. Hold on. So when I watched this reading for the first time, Neo, I keep focusing on the pictures. The picture of the cake, the picture of the bug being caught by, it looks like a fly swatter. And my impressions about that is the cake represents the food and Chantal's addiction to food. She is a severe food addict. Food is her drug of choice, always has been. Her addiction to food is so severe that she created a whole YouTube channel for the purpose of supporting that addiction. And she's always on the lookout for people that will not only enable her addiction, but fund her addiction. We're talking about somebody that spends easily $4,000, $5,000 a month on food. And that was the last time she told us that she spent $4,000 to $5,000 a month on food. It could actually be more now. She has people in her audience that are her feeders because she caters to the feeder fetish people. And they pay for her food. They encourage her to eat. There might be one or two in her audience that are encouraging her to be bedbound or nearly bedbound. She's certainly, for the most part, housebound. So she's almost there to being bedbound. So I believe that the cake represents the addiction to food. She does love sugar. She loves her carbs. She loves her sweets. So I feel that card is a representation of her food addiction. The picture of the bug being caught by the fly swatter, I think that's just spirit telling, basically just swatting at her, saying, no, you need to stop this. Like the bug is trying to get to the cake, but the fly swatter is saying no. Like I feel like with her food addiction that her health is getting so incredibly bad that she can't indulge the way that she used to. Her body is starting to break down. So there are things at play, just basically swatting at her and stopping her and saying, no, you can't have that. No, you shouldn't have that. Whether it's something spiritual, whether it's something physical, or both. Like here she is, the bug trying to get at the cake, and the fly swatter saying, no, you shouldn't have this. You can't have this. So that's just what came to mind.
To Foodie Beauty, this is really about her adding a layer to the cake. Side note, Spirit said, okay, I know I gotta listen. Spirit said you are really sick and you need to stop playing with your health you probably need to get back to a place and or space where your health can be not diagnosed but treated. You have something going on with, like, is it bronchitis? Something about oxygen in the lungs. Also, I feel like I said this the last time. Something with thyroid, something with gland, something with eyes. Pay attention. Foodie, beauty, health, energy. Okay, see how spirit was like, boom. All right. Divine intervention. I see it's something about a hospital. Whatever the situation is, she has a situation of which she needs to go and get treated. There needs to be some sort of divine intervention, okay, when it comes to her health. Spirit is also acknowledging prayer works. Say a prayer. Okay. I'm not laughing. I don't know why that's making me chuckle a little bit. I don't know why. Sorry. Spirit is also acknowledging easy does it. She needs to detach and retreat and let go so that healing can occur. All right. So now that we got that out the way, because Spirit was like, something wrong. Anyway, current energy is she's just trying to add a layer to the cake. She's trying to stay in the forefront. And this is a nuisance. This is provocation. This is gossip, hassle, freeloading, and an opportunity, and coming off as an opportunist. She's seeking accomplishment, triumph, self-esteem, accolades and fame, but it's a nuisance to her own energy. She's going to keep trying to do this over and over and over again until she gets the breakthrough, the solution, the receptivity. Cats have 9 lives. She keeps trying over and over and over again, even though her higher intuition is on the bottom and it should be on the top.
I'm sorry to stop you there, Neo, but just again, the two pictures together. On the left, you have the cat poking its head around the corner and looking around. Then you have the bear on the tree. And the cat tarot card, more than one way to skin a cat. Chantal, for many, many years, the way she operates, she does things in haste. She does things without any kind of planning or scheduling or much forethought. She doesn't think 5 or even 10 moves ahead of herself. Everything is always poorly planned and planned quickly, and she doesn't stop and think about it. And she has convinced herself that whatever mess that she creates for herself, she can get out of it. And it'll be a breeze. It'll be a snap. It'll be easy. Right? So like on one side of herself, you know, she's got this way of thinking of, I can fix it. I can fix it. I can fix it. But then she doesn't know how to fix it because she doesn't know how to plan, and she doesn't go to the drawing board and form a blueprint about, okay, I want to fix it. So how am I going to make this happen? What do I need to do? What tools do I need here? Where do I need to go? What are the steps? So like in moments where she starts to think about things that are wrong and things in her life that she needs to fix, that false cheerleader in her head convinces her it doesn't matter. It's okay. You can fix it, whatever it is. Just don't worry about it right now. But when she starts thinking about her problems, and there are many, including her health, like that false voice, that false positive voice says, don't worry about it. Don't even think about it. Don't try to figure it out. We can fix it. But when she starts thinking about it, and she's like, I know I need to fix this, but yet she gets stuck because she doesn't know how to fix it, and she's not willing to reach out to people to figure out how to fix it. Then this happens, the bump on a log, her laying around, her not doing anything. She just gives up. She's got a defeatist way of thinking of, I quit, I give up, I don't want to do anything, I just want to lay here. Like she quits before she even gets started. She doesn't really give anything her all. If it's not something that can be gotten quickly, if there's something that needs to be done that doesn't involve, say, a food reward or reward of some kind, she looks at whatever it is and says, well, I'm not getting anything out of this, so I'm not going to do it. And then she chooses to lay around. So, yeah, you got these two sides of Chantal right here. You got the false positive cheerleader voice that she'll get herself into messes, and it'll tell her, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We can fix it. We can really fix it. But yet then it doesn't happen because she doesn't know how. And then the I quit, let's lay down, let's forget about it attitude.
She's doing it to her own detriment and her own demise. She's not listening to her higher intuitive self, which causes her to be lazing around like a bump on a log. I do see Black making me feel like she's protected, but I've said this before, we're all protected, leaning on spirit. I feel like we all have ascending masters, angels, an angelic team that walks with us in the parallel universe. But she's lazing around and being a bump on a log. This is also a layered energy in regards to a pregnancy and or a manifestation. All of this is around her trying to catch lightning bugs, trying to have something that she's always desired, always wanted, always wished for. Everyday magic. Every time I read on her, magic comes up because that is the energy that she puts out into the universe. That's what she evokes, that she's into it. I've always said that allegedly. Just know this, okay? What you do in the dark comes to the light. Whatever you put out into the universe, you have to take accountability for because it is yours. Do not manifest to harvest and or harbor energy that doesn't want to be with you. And you know that. Sometimes it's through actual communication and other times it's through their physical actions. Thank you, Spirit. All right. And so this is how she got here. This is where she is currently in her current state, in her current energy. Okay. A foodie beauty current energy. Spirit said breathe. Okay, overload is in reverse. I'm being torn apart by the burden of overload. I struggle to manage my emotions, and rather than confronting the pain, I turn to anything that can numb that feeling. That is her current energy. Foodie beauty, current energy. Respecting spirits, the all-seeing eye. I do see the moon. Whatever you do in the dark will come to the light. Whatever you're trying to suppress is going to come to the surface. The all-seeing eye sees you. Spirit realm sees you. Water sign energy could be emotional and or could not. Could just be a water sign. Spirit is also acknowledging that this could be around a manifestation and or a pregnancy. Spirit says that she needs to reevaluate her spiritual beliefs. This card is an invitation to dig deeper into her spiritual practice, to turn inward, to disregard the noise of everyday life, and to lean on the support that is available to her. The more you listen, the more you'll heal. You'll heal. I want to say here, but it won't let me. Okay. The more you listen, the more you'll hear. The more you nourish these relationships, the easier it becomes for them to show up for you. Additionally, this card guides you to use your heart, not your logic, to make decisions.
I think that Foodie is very disconnected from her spiritual self, Neo. I really do. I think in order for Chantal to be as shameless as she is, to be as vulgar and profane as she is, as soulless as she is, to walk around with this I don't care attitude and have the ability to hurt people the way that she does without an ounce of regret or remorse, she has to be connected from spirit. She's completely unplugged. She's not even plugged in a little bit. In order for her to do the things that she does and not feel bad at all, she's disconnected from her higher self, from the spiritual realm. Maybe she's afraid of connecting to her spiritual side, because if you connect to the spiritual, if you plug in, I think part of what would happen is you have to face yourself. You have to really sit down and look in the mirror and face yourself. You got to face the things that you have said, the things that you've done, the people that you've hurt, the hurt that you've caused them. That would be too much for her, considering the amount of pain that she's caused everywhere with everybody, including animals. I don't think she could handle it. So she runs from it. She runs to escape herself and the things that she's done, the things that she knows she's done. She's running to escape the backlash of it all. So to do that, she's got to be completely unplugged.
Interesting. Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty current energy. Spirit says she's dealing with grief. It is but a mere glimpse of nothingness hidden away deep within the chambers of your mourning. In the red clovers, birthing lost illusions. Grief is the uncomfortable dance between feeling everything and feeling nothing. It isn't exclusive to losing someone. Grief can manifest when you feel like a failure or when you have regret. It can appear when you feel overwhelmed or when you feel guilty. It can leave you feeling it all, then feeling nothing, or even feeling both at the same time. Pulling grief can mean you have a lack of satisfaction about where you are in life, what you have, or perhaps more appropriate, what you don't have. You're putting too much of your focus on what is missing and have cut off the rest of your world. There are still people and opportunities for you if you will only lift your head and take a look around.
About that card, Neo, the grief card. Grief can take many forms. When you think of grief, the first thought that comes to mind is grieving over the loss of a pet or a loss of a person, but you can grieve a great many things. True? You can grieve a job that you once had that you love to do. You can grieve moving away from a place that you love. There's many things in life that you can experience a loss and grieve. But looking at this card, how it pertains to Chantal, you know what I'm focusing on? I'm focusing on the strings that are tied to the woman's wrist. It looks like there are two strings, one for each wrist. And I got an image in my mind earlier with Chantal that I did a reading for her, a private reading, just to see where she was at. And one of the things that Spirit kept telling me, like her thoughts were, you're all I've got. Like she's clinging so hard to little teeny tiny thin bare threads. That was the image. Like, because that's all she's got. Nobody's throwing down a rope to pull her out of the hole that she's in. All she's got are little teeny tiny threads, but she's holding on to them because that's all she's got. And what are her teeny tiny threads? I believe she's got three. One thread is Salah, one is Natter, and one is Pete's. Pete's is her former fiance, boyfriend, someone that she lived with before she got with Salah. Pete's came into an inheritance not too long ago. She knows about that inheritance. She might be keeping Pete's in her back pocket as a just in case emergency. She might be talking to Pete's, trying to get some of that money because she needs that as well. So she's hanging on to those teeny tiny bare threads because that's all she's got. Even though Salah doesn't care about her, Natter doesn't care about her, Pete's cares about her, but she has hurt Pete's. She's used him. She put him in debt. But those strings on her wrist going upward, the feeling that I'm getting off of them is her tying herself to people, her connecting herself to people where she should not be connecting, and her connecting for the sense of control or just not letting people escape her. Like those strings feel very controlling. Like, I'm not letting you go. You're all I've got. Because I'm looking at the woman's face, her expression. She doesn't look sad. She looks very serious. And she's looking down at the string. Like it's tied tightly, and she's looking down at the string. She doesn't look sad to me. She looks very serious. Like the strings are tying both her wrists, but she's not imprisoned. she's imprisoning somebody else. So that's just my feeling off of it. Like, that fits Foodie perfectly. She doesn't let people go when she should. She hangs on to them for the wrong reasons. She treats them as just in case of emergency, break glass if needed, escape routes. Yeah.
Life still goes on when you've suffered a loss. Mourn for things you wanted or didn't get or had and lost. But be sure to keep going. The universe never takes something away without giving you something in its place. So she's dealing with a moment of grief. What feels like grief, loss. Foodie beauty, current energy. Acting very suspect, being very shady. Something is being hidden. Something is very suspicious and untrustworthy. Current energy for Foodie. She's thirsty. She needs validation. She's fishing for compliments. She's desperate. She's horny. She's too eager. She is gassed right now, being cheered and applauded with over-the-top compliments and support and encouragement around this side hustle, how she makes her money, how she makes her ends meet through some form of self-employment, odd job, extra income.
Yeah, those are the feeders, all right. Those are the feeders. I suspect that she's got one feeder client that he's encouraging her to be bedbound, and get into the seal position and lay down all the time and eat lots of food and gain more weight. So when Chantal started her channel, Neo, she was very focused on her channel. But over the course of time, she's less focused on her channel. And I feel it's because of the side hustle. The side hustle is making her money. It makes her immediate money. And so, like, her attention is on that rather than her YouTube channel. And her YouTube channel anymore is just a portal to get in front of people, to attract more feeder clients so they can then give her money off of YouTube. But the side hustle has taken over, and her focus is on that side hustle and the people that are giving her money. So it doesn't surprise me if they're gassing her up and encouraging her to be unhealthy, because that's what they like.
Spirit is acknowledging that she also feels like she is slaying. She is doing something, dominating her competition, on point with an amazing job. She feels like this is a well-played move, be that this is chess, not checkers. She feels like, well done. I'm doing such a great job right now. Okay. Spirit said, but in all actuality, hold up. Spirit said, but in all actuality, you're closed-minded, you're resisting change, you're out of touch with okay boomer. Okay. Foodie. Got kicked to the curb, huh? Current energy for Foodie. Game over. Something is being investigated. And this is total drama. Action. Action.
You know what, Neo? Me, you, and a couple of others on YouTube, we've all seen it. This whole thing with her and Salah is over. We've all seen it. We're all ladies in different locations. We're all very talented ladies. Very smart ladies, very spiritual ladies. We are. We've all seen the same thing. This whole thing with her and Salah is over, and yet Foodie keeps trying to act like it's still a thing. It's not a thing. It's over. Yet she won't come out and say it. She won't come out and tell us it's over. Why? I feel because maybe she hasn't found a way to write the new chapter. Put a framework around it to where she doesn't look foolish. She's trying to find a way to write the new chapter and make it seem like she's the hero or the victim, but she's not the fool when she is the fool. It is over between him and her. Absolutely over.
Foodie beauty, current energy. Thank you. Taking a break, breaking down, not able to follow through with the 10 of Wands. It's just too much. Throwing water on the flame, fire sign energy. Passionate but yet chaotic. failure, no reward, lack of confidence with the Six of Wands, and this is due to the King of Swords, some form of adjudication. Okay, so let me tell you, I don't know what kind of ranking and pulling that Salah's father has, but Spirit is acknowledging he could have spoken to someone so that her situation in regards to her having to leave Kuwait and or leaving Kuwait was sped up. Okay, Spirit is acknowledging because there's a wise man with authority and intelligence who hit the gavel and made sure that she has failure, no reward, and a lack of confidence. Again, this death card comes creating an ending, okay, of some sort so that she could move on. Spiritual transformation, sudden changes, new beginnings, but also dealing with an upheaval. Foodie.
So it looks like Foodie can't go back to Kuwait. But we kind of guessed that. We kind of guessed that she can't go back to Kuwait. There was something funky going on because she's in Thailand right now, Neo. And she's got to be there for 2 whole months. And we all got the same feeling that if she tries to go back, they're going to just deny her and say, you can't come in here. But everything is lining up that every time she leaves and she tries to go back to Kuwait, it becomes more and more difficult. And traveling for her becomes more and more difficult because she becomes more and more unhealthy. And Chantal is not one of those people that she just has that wake up clarity moment of, what am I doing this for? Is it worth it to go through all this mess and go through all this hassle just to go to another country and then have to spend money on a plane ticket and go somewhere and then come back? Is it worth it? I'm not getting any huge rewards to come back here. But if Salah's father stepped up or somebody over there stepped up and said it's time to get her out of here, it does not surprise me at all. In my opinion, it should have happened a long time ago. Chantal did everything she could do to essentially squat in a country versus being a true tourist. She just basically did what she could do to live over there. And she can't live over there. She is not a resident. So if she overstayed her welcome and the welcome mat is not in front of the door anymore, I'm not surprised.
Yes, obstacle. Lack of father figure, poor planning, abuse of power with the emperor. So it's not just her energy, but it's also a masculine energy around her. Lack of father figure, poor planning, abuse of power. And because of this, she's having poor health, feeling underachieving and shattered dreams. Health keeps coming up with the Nine of Cups, creating a lot of emotion, water sign energy and or not. Now she's alone. So she can kind of go through this process of spiritual enlightenment with the Hermit card, dealing with solitude, focusing on inner guidance, introspection, reflection, and it's okay to be alone. And Spirit said, get that deck out again because we see poor health. Foodie beauty, poor health. What's the energy? Avoid allergens, okay? Spirit said to only crave healthy foods and beverages. There's something that's creating toxicity to your health and happiness. And it keeps affecting how you breathe, you know? She needs to call on the light of the divine healer and healing power. Spirit says she needs to have faith and trust in miracles. Girl.
You know, it sounds like Spirit is, it keeps saying in this reading, Neil, that she needs to stop being unplugged from her spiritual side, from her higher self, her spiritual self. She needs to plug back into that. She's been unplugged for far too long, running wild, being feral, acting like an animal versus a person. And Spirit keeps telling her, you need to plug back into the wall. You need to plug in. You need to connect. You need to acknowledge. You need to face yourself. You need to go inside and look at yourself and figure it out and truly face yourself, and then the healing can start. Because the longer she stays unplugged from Spirit, the more she's going to be running around feral and doing all kinds of damage, not just to other people, but to herself as well.
Girl, what is you doing?
Everything she shouldn't be doing, Neo. That's what she's doing. Everything she shouldn't be doing. Everything bad for her. That's what she's doing. She's not doing anything good for herself.
What is her biggest obstacle? I read biggest obstacle in reverse. Taking a break is an obstacle, breaking down is an obstacle, not able to follow through is an obstacle. And this is interesting with the 10 of Wands in reverse, because Spirit said this is what she's dealing with initially when this deck first came out, but she's also fighting it. So you breaking down, but I don't want to. Taking a break, but I don't want to. You, girl, it's like babies when they fight naps. Like, you're really tired. Just lay down.
Well, that's always been a problem with Foodie, Neo. She's extremely defiant. Even if you go to her and you give her good advice and you say, like, you're not feeling well, maybe you should take a nap, even though she knows she should take a nap. Just because you suggested it, she's going to look at you trying to tell her what to do, and she won't do it, even though she might be tired. Like, she's going to do the exact opposite of what people suggest for her to do or ask her to do. It's all about, I'm in control and I tell myself what to do, even though what she tells herself is not healthy, and somebody else comes along and gives better advice or tries to give her knowledge or wisdom just because it came from an outside source. She's going to shut it down because she didn't think of it first, and she can't claim credit. That's how she operates.
Unable to let go is an obstacle. Compromise is an obstacle. Overcoming sadness with an obstacle. She doesn't want to deal with this heartbreak. Okay, with the 3 of Swords. With the 9 of Pentacles, broken promises is an obstacle. Boring is an obstacle. Deadbeat parent is an obstacle with the Knight of Pentacles. Who's the parent? Okay. What's next for Foodie? Yeah. Overly emotional, cheater, and a violent man is what's next. With the
there's Natter. By the way, Neo, I know you just got through doing a reading on Foodie. I don't know if you're up for it. I don't know if you want to do it. Certainly it is, your freedom of choice. May I politely request, if you could do a reading on Foodie Beauty and Natter. Natter is a guy that she was very much involved with before Salah. And he is the one that she wanted, that she still wants, that she still talks about, even though she's with Salah and claiming that that's her husband. She still talks about Natter. And I feel there's still very much a communication. There might be conversations about coming back to Canada and getting things started again. The energy that I'm getting from the 2 of them is she wants to do it. She's all in. Again, there's that little teeny tiny thread connected to him and her holding on to, because you're all I've got. With Natter, the energy that I'm getting from him is that if he did it, it would be because he's looking for money. But the energy that I'm getting from him also with Foodie is he's going to keep her like this, like at arm's length. He doesn't want her close to him. It's just like, let's just do the bare basic minimum to make money, but I don't want you close to me. I don't want you coming over here to my house. He's going to keep her pushed away from him. She's going to want to be close to him, but he's going to be like, no, I'm good. There's a business deal. I'm good. But he is the one that she still wants. And maybe at some point she's hoping to come back to Canada and start things up again, because the 2 of them, when they did content together, that's when she made the most money. Do I feel like either they started something up that they're going to make the money they think they will? No, not really. But again, Foodie and her thinking of, this is all I've got. Like her clinging to little teeny tiny strings. And, I made money during Crackhead Olympics with Natter. Maybe we can go for round 2 and bring the money back up for us both. Like she out of desperation, her clinging to people that really she should let go, clinging to the past when she should let go. But she wants Natter, and I feel that card definitely is Natter. So if you would like to do a follow-up reading on those two, I would be very interested to hear what you have to say, because I think Foodie and Natter are more involved than her and Salah. Like, I think the whole Salah thing is over. You know, I think her and Natter are what's next. And she's talking to him. She's trying to make plans with him. And that's just the whole thing. So I don't know how you feel, but that's just a request.
King of Cups. Who's this water sign energy? Male energy is coming through. That's what's next. Okay. He's overly emotional and a cheater. Insecurity due to an energy of someone being unfaithful and blocked intuition with the Queen of Cups. Again, very emotional. So we get the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups in reverse. This is emotional. This is just damn right depression and anxiety. This is sad. You are sad. Sorry. And this is all because you were gambling. You were being way too generous, giving your money away and just letting go free, like what they call it, willy-nilly.
Oh, yeah. She's been spending money like a fool in Thailand. She's in Thailand right now, and she was talking about a food budget, yet she keeps going to the mall and buying silly things. But that is Chantal. That's what she does. You know, she's not smart with her money. She's not smart with her life. She doesn't make smart decisions. You know, you let her have her money, and she is like a teenager with mom and dad's credit card, you see? So, like, she just, especially when she's depressed, you know, she gets depressed and she's like, let me just buy myself something to make myself feel good. And that makes her spend more money.
Just playing around with the Four of Pentacles. Now you ain't got no, your heart chakra is imbalanced. Your heart chakra is imbalanced. And there's this energy of your boundaries being trampled over. Thank you, Spirit. The Queen of Swords. There is a protective mother, and this is why. Very independent. Has a good sense of humor and open-minded. This is how you ended up here. Who is this female energy? I want to say air. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Air sign energy. So this feels like mother. This feels like someone's mother said, got you. She's going to have the last laugh in regards to this. It could be Salah's mother. It feels like that. She's unable to let go. Because of this energy. This is, like I told you a long time ago, you play with that stuff, they do it 3 times better than you.
That's right. You know, everything is lining up to where there's so many signs here, Neo. So many signs from spirit, so many physical signs that she cannot be in Kuwait anymore. Like, there are just things lining up to push her out of there. Spirit is saying it's time to go. You wore out your welcome. It's time to go home. It's time to fix yourself. It is time to look at yourself. It is time to plug back into spirit. You've been unplugged for too long. You've been running wild. And this is just nonsense. So if there's somebody in Kuwait, whether it may be Salah's girlfriend or maybe the mother of his children, if he does have a mother that he's gotten pregnant and they had a child together, don't know. But if there are people in Kuwait connected to Salah, that they are sick to death of seeing the way that she's behaving and the way that she's affected him, and they're stepping forward and go, enough. Whether it's the father, whether it's the alleged mother of his children, everything is lining up to say it's time for her to go. Yet she don't want to let go. Foodie doesn't know how to let go. But sometimes you got no control over it. You just have to go.
It's catching up now. Yep. Unable to let go, compromise, overcoming sadness. She can't deal with this breakup and or this heartbreak with the 3 of Swords. Okay. And she's been lying to herself with blocked intuition, and the secrets will be revealed. Whatever you're trying to suppress will come to the surface, because what you do in the dark will come to the light. There's a moon card in reverse. So there's an energy of a manifestation and or a pregnancy that has some delay, has some obstacles, but it will come to the surface. And when it do, that's your business. You do what you got to do when it comes to the surface. You swing it and twist it however you choose. That's your business. But just know that it is coming. There's an energy of hidden enemies and lying to yourself. Okay. You yourself are your own worst enemy. Sending you love and light. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Now we sit back and let the universe do it.
Before you end the reading, Neo, I just want to give my thoughts on that last card. And as far as her not letting go of Salah, I don't think that Chantal is heartbroken over letting go of Salah as a person, because honestly, she was not truly in love with him. I think she's more heartbroken over, she thought she created like a little escape room away from the problems that she created for herself in Canada. She thought she was smarter than everybody else and she could just hang out in the escape room that she created, that she pays for, and that Salah would just bring her food and cater to her. So I think her sadness and her depression, it's not so much over, I love this man so much and now I have to let him go. I think there might be more sadness over, I created this little safe space for myself in Kuwait. I created a lot of problems in Canada and I ran from all those problems for 2 years, but now I cannot use Kuwait as a escape room. Like I'm being pushed out of my escape room, which means I probably have to go back and deal with my problems. So maybe that's where some of the sadness is coming from.
What the universe does.
And that was a really great reading, Neo, and thank you. Always great. Always great. So what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on this whole situation? You guys can let me know in the comments below. And I would again like to thank Neo Tarot for another really great Foodie Beauty reading. And I'll see you guys on the next one. And don't forget to look down below in the description to find her original video. Give her a like, give her a sub, give her a comment, and let her know how much you enjoy her content. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.